The champagne hit Amanda's shoulder before she saw it coming. One moment she was standing in the center of the Meridian Grand Ballroom, surrounded by Manhattan's most powerful executives. The next, cold liquid was soaking through her custom silk gown, dripping onto Italian marble worth more than most people's cars. The room went silent. Then someone laughed. Chen didn't move. She stood perfectly still, watching the champagne pool at her feet like spilled gold. Around her, 300 guests held their breath, phones already rising, cameras already clicking. This moment would be everywhere by morning. "Oh my God," Tiana Blackwood said, hand flying to her perfectly glossed lips. "I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there." She paused, blue eyes glittering with something that wasn't an apology. "You just blend into the shadows so easily." More laughter now. Nervous at first, then bolder. Someone whispered something about diversity hires. Another voice said, "Well, that partnership was interesting while it lasted." Amanda finally looked up. Tiana Blackwood stood above her on the marble steps, designer dress pristine, surrounded by her usual circle of trust fund socialites. The younger sister of Jackson Blackwood, CEO of Blackwood Industries. The same Blackwood Industries that Amanda's company, Chen Quantum Systems, had just signed a $3.7 billion AI partnership with. "It's fine," Amanda said quietly. Her voice cut through the murmurs like a surgical blade. "Accidents happen." "They really do," Tiana agreed, smiling wider. "Especially when people try to reach above their station. My brother has such adventurous taste in business partners." The insult landed exactly as intended. Amanda felt every eye in the room on her, measuring, judging, waiting to see if she'd cry or scream or do something they could mock for the next decade. Instead, she reached into her clutch and pulled out her phone. "Excuse me for one moment," she said. Tiana's smile faltered. "Oh, calling someone to bring you a towel? How practical." Amanda didn't respond. She scrolled through her contacts, found the name she needed, and pressed call. The room had gone quiet again, everyone watching this bizarre tableau. A humiliated woman, dripping with champagne and casual racism, making a phone call while her attacker stood above her like a conquering queen. The line clicked. "Amanda?" James Park's voice sounded confused. Her chief operating officer rarely heard from her during events. "Execute Protocol Omega," Amanda said. "Immediately." Silence on the other end. Then, "Are you absolutely certain? Once I do this, there's no walking it back." The legal team said. "I know what they said. Do it now." "Amanda, this will cost us." "It will cost them more." "Execute the protocol, James." "That's an order." She ended the call and slipped her phone back into her clutch. The entire exchange had taken maybe 30 seconds. Tiana was still smiling, though it looked slightly forced now. "Feel better?" Tiana asked. "Much," Amanda said. "Thank you for asking." Jackson Blackwood appeared at his sister's elbow, tall and commanding in his tuxedo. At 52, he still had the bearing of old money and older power. "Dr. Chen, I apologize for my sister's clumsiness. Please, let me have someone attend to your dress. We have a full hospitality suite upstairs." "That won't be necessary," Amanda said. She was still standing in the puddle of champagne, still hadn't moved an inch. "I won't be staying much longer." "Surely you're not leaving over a little spilled drink," Jackson said. His tone was jovial, but his eyes were calculating. "We haven't even announced the Thornhill Award yet. You're nominated, after all." "I'm sure someone deserving will win," Amanda said. Tiana laughed, a sound like breaking crystal. "How gracious. You see, Jackson? She knows her place." The words hung in the air. Around them, conversations had resumed, but dozens of people were still watching, still filming. This would be the gossip of the season. The Black Chinese CEO humiliated at the most exclusive gala in Manhattan. Some would feel sympathy. Most would feel something else. Relief, maybe, that the natural order had been restored. Amanda's phone buzzed in her clutch. She ignored it. Jackson's phone buzzed in his pocket. He ignored it too, but Amanda saw his jaw tighten slightly. Then another phone buzzed. And another. Around the ballroom, a wave of notification sounds rippled through the crowd like dominoes falling. Tiana pulled out her phone, frowning. Her face went white. Jackson yanked his phone out so fast he nearly dropped it. "What the hell is this?" "I'm sorry," Amanda said politely. "This news alert. It says." He scrolled frantically. "It says Chen Quantum Systems has terminated our partnership. Effective immediately." "That's impossible." That's not how contracts work. Actually, Amanda said, that's exactly how this contract works. Section 12, Clause 4. The morality and conduct provision. Either party can terminate immediately if the other engages in behavior that damages the partnership's integrity or public perception. You can't be serious, Jackson said. His voice had lost all its warmth. Over a glass of champagne? Over the culture that glass of champagne represents, Amanda corrected. She bent down and wiped a drop of liquid from her shoe. Your sister didn't spill her drink by accident, Mr. Blackwood. She did it to humiliate me. In front of 300 witnesses and God knows how many cameras. That kind of toxic, discriminatory behavior violates our agreement. That's insane, Tiana hissed. Jackson, she can't do this. Call the lawyers. Call someone. But phones were buzzing all over the room now. Amanda saw executives huddled in corners, faces illuminated by screen glow. Investors whispering urgently. PR representatives typing furiously. An older man in a navy suit approached Jackson. We need to talk. Now. The board is calling. Not now, Gerald. The stock is moving, Jackson. After hours trading. We're down 18% in 15 minutes. The number hit like a physical blow. Amanda watched Jackson's face cycle through disbelief, anger, and something close to panic. 18%, Jackson repeated. That's $900 million. $897 million, to be precise, Amanda said. Though it'll probably drop further once the market digests the full implications. Chen Quantum was going to be your flagship AI initiative. Without it, your technology division is back to square one. Investors don't like square one. You smug. Tiana started forward, but Jackson grabbed her arm. Not another word, he said through clenched teeth. Then to Amanda, this is a mistake. A massive overreaction. We can fix this. I'll issue a public apology. Tiana will issue an apology. We'll donate to whatever charity you want. Name it. I don't want your apology, Amanda said. I want you to understand something very simple. Respect is not negotiable. Not for money. Not for access. Not for anything. You self-righteous, Tiana tried again. Not. Another. Word. Jackson's voice cracked like a whip. He turned back to Amanda, and now there was genuine desperation in his eyes. Dr. Chen. Amanda, please, think about what you're doing. This partnership was worth billions to both of us. You're throwing it away over being treated like a human being? Amanda finished. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'd do it again. More people were approaching now, drawn by the commotion. Amanda recognized several board members from Blackwood Industries, their faces grave. A reporter from the Wall Street Journal. Someone from Bloomberg. The story was spreading faster than wildfire. James Park's voice echoed in her head from the phone call. This will cost us. He was right. Chen Quantum would lose money too. Maybe not as much as Blackwood, but enough to hurt. Partners would get nervous. Investors would question her judgment. But Amanda had learned something in her 38 years on this planet, something her father had taught her before he died. Your dignity is the only thing no one can take from you. You can only give it away. She wasn't giving it away. Not tonight. Not ever. I need to make a statement, she said. Jackson blinked. What? A statement? To everyone here. She looked past him to the stage where a microphone stood, abandoned. May I? You want to? Jackson started, then stopped. What could he say? No. In front of all these people and cameras? Fine. Go ahead. Amanda walked toward the stage. The crowd parted for her, and she felt their stares like physical weight. Some pitying, some shocked, some admiring. She didn't care about any of it. Her heels clicked on the marble steps. The champagne stain on her shoulder caught the light from the chandeliers, dark and obvious. She didn't try to hide it. Let them see what Tiana Blackwood had done. Let them see what happened next. She reached the microphone and adjusted it slightly. The ballroom had gone completely silent now, everyone turning to face her. Good evening, she said. Her voice carried through the sound system, clear and steady. For those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Amanda Chen, CEO of Chen Quantum Systems. An hour ago, I was also your newest partner in the Blackwood Industries portfolio. I say was, because as of approximately 10 minutes ago, that partnership no longer exists. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Cameras flashed. She waited for the noise to settle. You all saw what happened earlier, she continued. Ms. Blackwood spilled her drink on me. Accidents happen, as I said. But it wasn't an accident. It was deliberate. And the words that followed made the intention crystal clear. I was meant to be humiliated, put in my place, reminded that no matter how much I've built, no matter what I've achieved, I'm still different, still unwelcome in rooms like this. She paused, letting that sink in. I could have ignored it, smiled, laughed it off, gone home, and cried in private like I'm supposed to. But I didn't. I made a choice. I chose my dignity over a $3.7 billion partnership. And I'd make that choice every single time. Someone in the crowd started clapping. Slowly at first, then others joined. Not everyone. Maybe a third of the room. But it was enough. This isn't about revenge, Amanda said. It's about accountability. It's about refusing to accept that brilliance and success should come with a side of degradation. It's about building a business world where the price of admission isn't your self-respect. More applause now. She saw Tiana Blackwood near the back, face contorted with rage. Jackson stood beside her, phone pressed to his ear, probably talking to lawyers who were telling him there was nothing they could do. To everyone watching this moment, everyone who will see the videos tomorrow, I want you to understand something, Amanda said. Power isn't what people give you. It's what you refuse to surrender. Thank you for your time. She set the microphone down and walked off the stage. The applause grew louder, though she noticed the board members from Blackwood Industries weren't clapping. Neither were most of the older executives. The old guard. The ones who liked things the way they'd always been. Let them sulk. The world was changing whether they liked it or not. Amanda walked straight through the ballroom toward the exit. No one tried to stop her. As she reached the doors, a young woman, maybe mid-20s, South Asian, wearing a name tag that said Goldman Sachs, stepped into her path. Dr. Chen, the woman said quietly, I just wanted to say thank you for what you did up there. Amanda studied her for a moment, saw the hope in her eyes, the hunger for someone to prove it was possible to fight back and survive. What's your name? Amanda asked. Priya. Priya Sharma. Priya, do you want to know the truth? I'm terrified right now. I don't know if I just destroyed my company. I don't know if anyone will ever want to work with me again. I might have just committed professional suicide. Priya's face fell. Oh, I thought. But, Amanda continued, I'd rather fail with my dignity intact than succeed by swallowing poison. So yes, I'm scared. But I'm not sorry. Does that make sense? Priya nodded slowly. Yeah, it does. Good. Now go back in there and remember this moment. The world needs more people who refuse to swallow poison. Amanda pushed through the doors into the night air. Her car was waiting, sleek and black. Her assistant, James Park, stood beside it, tablet in hand, face grave. The press is exploding, he said as she approached. Twitter, LinkedIn, every news outlet. The video of your speech already has 3 million views. And our stock? Down 6%. But holding steady. Investors are processing. Translation, they're trying to decide if I'm brave or insane. Pretty much. James hesitated. For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing. That's worth a lot, actually. Amanda climbed into the car. What about Blackwood? Down 21% now. Bloomberg is calling it the fastest single-day collapse of a tech company in 5 years. The board is meeting tonight. Rumors are Jackson might be forced out. Amanda closed her eyes. She should feel triumphant, vindicated. Instead, she just felt tired. Take me home, she said. The car pulled away from the curb. Through the tinted windows, she watched Manhattan slide past, all lights and glass and steel. Somewhere in one of those buildings, the Blackwood board was destroying Jackson's career. In another, reporters were writing think pieces about her. In 1,000 apartments and houses, people were forming opinions about whether she was a hero or a troublemaker. Her phone rang. Her mother's number. Hi, Mom. I saw the video, her mother said. No preamble. That was Angela Chen's way. Your father would be proud. Amanda's throat tightened. You think so? I know so. He always said the hardest thing in the world is standing up when you have everything to lose. You did that tonight. I might have lost everything. You didn't lose yourself. That's what matters. They talked for a few more minutes, then said goodbye. Amanda leaned back against the leather seat and let herself cry. Not much. Just enough to release the pressure that had been building since Tiana Blackwood tipped that glass. The next 72 hours were chaos. The story dominated every business publication. Tech CEO destroys billion-dollar deal over champagne insult, screamed one headline. The power of no, Amanda Chen's stand against corporate racism, declared another. Think pieces proliferated. Some praised her. Others called her oversensitive, vindictive, bad for business. Blackwood Industries bled value. The stock dropped 32% before stabilizing. Jackson Blackwood was forced to resign. Tiana issued a public apology that everyone could tell was written by lawyers. It didn't matter. The damage was done. But something else happened too. Something Amanda hadn't expected. Other companies reached out. Not all of them. Not even most of them. But enough. A European tech consortium. A Japanese robotics firm. 2 Silicon Valley startups that were scaling fast. They'd all seen the video. They all wanted to work with someone who meant what they said. Within a week, Chen Quantum had 3 new partnership offers on the table. Combined, they were worth more than the Blackwood deal. The market is rewarding you, James said, reviewing the proposals in her office. They're calling it the Integrity Premium. That's a terrible name, Amanda said. Agreed. But it's working. 3 months later, Amanda sat in a congressional hearing room in Washington, D.C. The House Committee on Technology and Innovation had called her to testify about discrimination in the tech industry. She'd prepared for days, working with lawyers and communication specialists. But when the chairwoman asked her first question, Dr. Chen, do you regret your response to the incident at the Meridian Gala? Amanda knew no amount of preparation could script her answer. I regret that it was necessary, she said carefully. I regret that in the year 2024, I still have to choose between my dignity and my business. But I don't regret making the choice I made. Because that choice wasn't just about me. Could you elaborate? The chairwoman asked. 7 women contacted me after that night, Amanda said. Women who had experienced similar treatment at Blackwood Industries, but never spoke up because they were afraid. Afraid of being labeled difficult. Afraid of losing their careers. My choice gave them permission to tell their stories. That's bigger than any partnership deal. The video of her testimony went viral. Not as viral as the champagne incident, but close. Her company's valuation increased by 40%. The morality clause she'd invoked became standard in tech contracts across the industry. Business schools began teaching case studies. 6 months after the gala, Amanda stood in her company's headquarters in San Francisco, looking out at the city through floor-to-ceiling windows. Behind her, her team was celebrating. They'd just announced a $5.2 billion partnership with a European consortium, the largest deal in Chen Quantum's history. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. I'm a sophomore at MIT. Black woman in computer science. I saw your speech. It made me believe I could do this. Thank you. Amanda read it 3 times. Then she smiled. Her assistant knocked on the door. The press is here for the announcement. Are you ready? 1 second. Amanda typed a response to the unknown number. You can. You will. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. She sent it, then turned to face her team. Through the glass walls, she could see reporters setting up cameras. In a few minutes, she'd stand in front of them and talk about quantum computing and artificial intelligence and market disruption. But right now, at this moment, she thought about that night. The champagne on her shoulder. The laughter. The choice she'd made when it would have been so much easier to smile and swallow the poison. She'd paid a price for that choice. Sleepless nights. Stress. Uncertainty. But she'd also gained something that couldn't be bought or sold or stolen. She'd gained herself back. I'm ready, she told her assistant. As she walked toward the press conference, she remembered her final words from the gala speech. Power isn't what people give you. It's what you refuse to surrender. She'd refused to surrender. And in the end, that refusal had changed everything. If this story resonated with you, if you believe dignity should never be negotiable, drop a comment below and let us know. Hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started with stories that matter. And share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's been told to smile when they should speak up, to stay silent when they should roar. Your support keeps these stories alive. Let's build a community that refuses to surrender. Because power isn't what they give you. It's what you keep.